I need to forgive someone who wronged me, but I don't know how. This is important, people. This is an important question. I would wager that everyone watching this video, and I know for a fact, myself included, still need to remember what I'm about to share with you every day. When speaking with friends, loved ones, people you're close to, coworkers, anyone that you have a personal relationship with, you need to remember these terms when you're thinking about that relationship, when you're dealing with that person. Because we all hold grudges, we all hold things inside, and when there are problems, when someone wrongs you, you have to remember. You have to remember where you belong and what you are responsible for. So forgiveness is very, very important. Forgiveness is it is a tenet in almost every major religion that exists because it is so important. And I think ancient peoples and all of their wisdom and through all their experience realized that forgiveness is one of the keys to growth and to success and to enlightenment. And when a person can find the strength to forgive, which involves a lot of other things, we'll get into that, but when a person can find the strength to forgive another person for something that happened, they elevate to a different level. They move to a different level, a different level of consciousness almost, a different level of understanding. Because anger and hatred are predicated on stories. Stories are very, very powerful. And when something goes wrong with another person, when there's a conflict, when someone is hurt, a story is created to explain why that person is hurt, why that happened, why someone feels angry. There has to be a story. There has to be a reason. And it's the story that you build that is going to hold up that grudge. It's going to hold that anger up. So the only way to forgive someone and let go of your anger and your hurt and your pain is to deconstruct the story that it's built upon. The first step in doing that is remembering what your tasks are, remembering what you are responsible for and what the other person is responsible for. In most situations, in fact, I would wager in every situation, nothing is ever 100% one party's fault. There is always something that the victim could have done to avoid the situation. There's always something that one party could have done that probably would have prevented the entire situation from happening in the first place. And this is delicate, okay? I'm not saying this, to be a jerk, but it's the truth. It's the truth. And the moment when you decide to take full responsibility for everything that happens to you, then all of a sudden, the other party has no responsibility. There's no reason to be angry. There's no reason to hate them or to feel hurt or to feel attacked or victimized. If you take 100% responsibility for your entire life, your entire situation, the way you feel, the way you think, the things that happened to you, the other party becomes innocent. Realize this. This is very, very important. Is this easy to do? No. Is it going to fix all your problems? No. Is it going to make all of your anger and pain and hatred go away? Absolutely not. But it will shift your perspective. And the more frequently you can shift your perspective and the more effectively you begin to shift your perspective with practice and repetition, the more you begin to let go of the stuff that you have no control over, of the stuff that you don't need, of the baggage that you've been carrying and dragging behind you and allowing to dictate over your life and your thoughts and your actions. You begin to let go of that and it begins to grow lighter. Because your job and your only job is and always has been to take care of yourself, to be in control of yourself, to prevent things from happening, to make things happen, and to react to those things. That's always been your job. That's your only job, and it's no one else's. It was not the other person's job to do what you should have done in the situation that happened. It was not the other person's job to act a certain way that you didn't during that conflict or during that event. And it's not the other person's job to cope with what has happened and to find peace after what has happened, because the other person is doing that for themselves. And it's not your job to worry about that either. Your only job is to control yourself and your own emotions and your own mindset. This is called the order of tasks. And you need to understand that your tasks are yours alone. The moment you begin to tell yourself that somebody else is responsible for something in your life, you've lost control. You immediately become a victim. You have to take 100% responsibility for 100% of your life. If it's 99%, then that 1% is out of your control, and all of a sudden you are vulnerable to being victimized again, to feeling like a victim, and to living and acting like a victim. People who hold grudges, people who are angry, are victims. And isn't it enough that the thing that hurt you happened? Isn't that enough already on its own? That's enough hurt. That's enough interference from another person. When you allow them to continue to affect you, even after the thing has happened, you're giving them even more power. You're giving away more power and becoming even more of a victim. This is a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a negative feedback loop. The more power you give away, the weaker you become. The weaker you become, the more power you give away. I understand that this advice might not be super helpful to some of you. And if you're watching this and thinking to yourself, this makes no sense and this doesn't help me, then you're probably not ready for this yet, and that's okay. You need to work through the things that happen to you. You need to work through your own feelings and your emotions. And you need to begin to ask yourself, who am I and what am I in control of? If you can answer those two questions, I think you can begin to watch this video again from the beginning and perhaps begin to imagine a way that you can use this information. Because if you don't know who you are and you don't know what you're in control of, this information is not going to be useful to you. Only when you understand who you are, what you believe, and what you actually believe yourself to be in control of, only when you're at this place can you use the information I'm giving you right now, which is that forgiveness starts with ownership. You need to begin to own all of your mistakes. You need to begin to own all of your pain, all of your negativity, and all of your anger. Understand that it is yours and yours alone. Nobody else created that. You did. It wasn't because of the thing that happened to you. It was because of the way you reacted. And it's because of the way you are still reacting to that thing that happened so long ago and was over long ago. If you need to close doors with people, if you need to have discussions, if you need to reach out, to try one more time to reconnect, to try one more time to talk to this person, to understand why they did what they did, why they said what they did, do it. Reach out, take care of that, close those doors. But no matter what, once that's over, it's your responsibility. This is your burden. And if you can take ownership, then you have full control over what happens to those emotions. If you control 100% of those emotions, you have the ability to let go of it. If you don't have full control over those emotions, if you don't have full control over that anger, you can't get rid of it without the other person's permission. So my advice for forgiving someone when you don't know how is to just think back deeply on what happened. Think back on the event. Remember all the specific details. Remember what you did. Think about all the things that you could have done differently that would have prevented that situation entirely. And then own it. Own the reality that this is your fault. And then you can let go, my friend. You can let go of it. Because it's yours. And you're in control. I hope that helps. Good luck, my friend. Forgiveness is not easy, but it makes you lighter. It makes your heart lighter. It makes your mind lighter. And the lighter you are, the faster you can move through life and do more things, more great things, more good, amazing, positive things. When you drop the negative baggage, you make room for more good things. So please, I wish you the best of luck. Forgive others and then forgive yourself. If you have more questions to ask me, you can send them to the email down in the description. You can check out my website, andrewwuellner.com, for my coaching services, my products. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.